Namaste, people! Welcome to another episode of Get Set Green Season 2. I'm your host, Pooja Arvi. In this podcast, I talk to change makers who are working to develop innovative solutions for environmental betterment and sustainability, as well as to inspire sustainable living. Today, our guest is Mehul Shroff from Madhya Pradesh. He is an MBA graduate who turned into an entrepreneur, and also because of their good work in this industry they have received various awards, namely MP Innovation and Leadership Award by CMO Asia and also LA Sustainable Innovation Leader Award in 2023. So with this background, let's welcome Mehul to the show.
Thank you very much, Pooja, for inviting me and providing me a platform for sharing my experiences and idea.
Pleasure is ours to have you on the show today, Mehul. So if we talk about, banana crafts and how the whole agriculture is revolving around this banana industry. So let's say like for a fact, India is the biggest producer of banana with a count in 2023, which is approximately 30.5 million tons of bananas, right? And India being the
Right.
biggest producer of bananas, there is one more catch point to this, which is after harvest, almost 60% of banana biomass will be left as waste in terms of like banana stem, the leaves, and etc. So, how do we address this part, like, waste management once the overall production or agriculture part of it is done? How do we address this waste management part?
Basically, I just want to answer your question in two parts.
Mm-hmm.
First one is that the residue is almost 80% of it. 20% is fruit and
Mm-hmm.
80% is the residue.
Mm-hmm.
So if we talk about the traditional way of discarding the stem, is not very much eco-friendly because they are just discarding the stems, keeping aside on the farm, and that actually leads to the decay of soil, as well as it actually attracts to the pest and other diseases in the farm. And second thing is that the second way of discarding of the system is very easy, that to burn it off. And when they burn it off, it releases the carbon and methane, which is very harmful for our environment. And most importantly, any way of disposable attracts some expenses to the farmer. Now, coming back to the Mangalam Kalpataru, like we have started our operation in 2018. Since that, we were actually very much dedicated to work with farmer very closely and turning their waste into valuables. So what we do, once they harvest their fruit, they are left with the stems, leaves, and other biomass. We get our team to their farms and we help them cleaning out their all the stocks, and the stocks is being bought to our factory, and later on we start processing it. This is how we actually connects to 50 plus farmers every year and helping them for converting their land uh, in a very short period of time.
Okay, that sounds interesting. So I have an adding question to that. So how exactly do you collect these waste? Like, do you have decentralized units wherein, every, like after the, the whole cultivation part of is done and once the wastes are coming out, or do you have the centralized unit where all the farmers collectively, in the sense you collect them from them to the like sourcing plant of yours?
We have recently started one unit in form of decentralization, as you said,
Mm-hmm.
that is located like 15 kilometers from our unit. So right
Okay.
now we are working with one SHG self-help group driven by women. We help them in training of extracting fiber, making handicrafts and everything. So right now we have two units. One is of Mangalam Kalpataru and another is helped by Mangalam Kalpataru, which is driven by SHGs. So right now we are working on this decentralization, and we are also planning to have NRLM with us, National Rural Livelihood Mission, to undertake this operations at a different district level exclusively by the SHGs. So this can become a very good medium for the women who want to get into the business part of it.
So this team which you said you are, supporting, is it like mostly consisting of rural women, or like the families which are actually producing this, banana, like in the banana fields, like how?
Mostly these women are the rural women who are willing to do something by their own. And in especially in the city like Burhanpur, there are many women who don't want to get into the farms and work over there, but they want to do something by themselves. So this is a very important platform for them to get collaborated with us. Even there are many government policies through which they are also been benefited. So instead of working anywhere else, they join this kind of a thing. And not mostly, but most of them have no land holding. They just get the banana stems and start processing anyway.
Okay, got it. So it's basically like a daily means of like earning which they are making from the industry point of view.
Yes.
So that's cool. And also, like how does this Mangalam Kalpataru idea started out initially?
Like I have completed my MBA in 1416.
Mm-hmm.
And during my MBA from Pune University, first year is the common,
Mm-hmm.
and in second year we go for specialization. And specialization, I took marketing, and more precisely, I was very much inclined to research. So during that point of time, I have met around 21 entrepreneurs, and coincidentally, at that point of time, we have the 21st anniversary celebration for our institute. Indira College. So
Oh,
we have drawn an idea to interact with at least 21 number of institutes over there. And after meeting with them, they were all from different industries like Thermax by Meher Pudumji, then Tarita Shankar itself from Indira College, and many other. So at that point of time, I haven't gone to the agriculture. But during my wholesome research, I found that I have visited everywhere to the different industries, but I haven't found the potential of agriculture in India, being coming from Burhanpur. So in 17, when I came back to Burhanpur, I found there's a huge banana land cultivated, and it leaves a lot of residue. And I started researching, visiting to different universities, and even I had visited to different universities in India as well as outside the India, and I found that it has got a huge scope in future. So this is how actually it all started, and finally we have come up and initiated everything in 2018.
that splendid journey, I would say, having an idea and then focusing on your what is your alignment towards and understanding and going forward about it. Great. So, Mehul, can you tell us like how in Kalpataru Industries you're working towards, making new at handicrafts and home decors. So like that is something which is like which has most of special artistic touch. So for that you need high skilled artisans and also the processing units, and then you have to build your own name, brand name, for all those things to go smoothly. Can you explain the journey which happened along the way? How did you figure these things out?
Yes, I would like to elaborate on the same. Actually, the handicraft thing has been started after the COVID. During the COVID, we have actually struck all were in the houses. So at that point of time, I have got a good time to study the literatures and everything. So I have started working on the importance of banana. And at that point of time, I found for every small or a big puja, we are using the banana plant. And after the basil, the banana is being treated as highly spiritual plant to be used for every occasions. So that give me an idea of making a unique product, that is banana broom, which can be used exclusively for the puja purposes. So this is how actually it started from puja broom. It has got a very good response overall on pan India level. Later on, when I had started visiting to the different people, they have asked me to get the line of product that could be used for the home decor. And as we are actually moving towards the sustainability and eco-friendly products, so from there we have got an idea to make the yoga mats out of it. And from the yoga mat, we have come up with puja asan. Then again, we have come up with a baskets. And for all of this individual product, as you said, we require the artisans. So the yoga mat work is, I would say, this is something ancient that I would say. And right now in Burhanpur, there is only one, I would say, small micro unit which is working on making a yoga mat from your sarees, old sarees. So we have deployed that people for making the banana fiber yoga mats. Again, for making the planters, we have got some online training sessions for the women, and this is how all it started. They have started with cleaning of fibers, they have started making of braided and rope. After braided rope, they have come up with brooms, and after brooms, they have started making the shubh which can be used for the Diwali. Again, they have started with tea coasters, and this is how it all started. And we have come up with this planters, baskets, then yoga mat, asan, brooms, tea coasters, shubh. Even the wicks we have made from the banana fiber.
That's great. So you are saying, right, like how would you like extract these fibers? So can you elaborate more on that? Like the process parting, like once you collect and then the still the processing unit, like can you just briefly tell us like what will the how will it go on?
Sure, sure. Once the fruit is being harvested, our team gets to the farm. They cut the stems and load it to the tractor. And after loading it to the tractor, we get those stems to our factory. And at factory, we have a group of women who are there to unsheet the stems. And after unsheeting, we get the sheets of the banana, and that sheet is being ready for extracting the fibers from the extractors. So once the fiber is being extracted from the extraction machine, the fiber is being sun dried for 12 hours. And once the fiber has been sun dried, further it can be used for raw fiber cells, or it can be used for handicraft making.
So do you also plan to, use these fibers in textile industry like
Uh, Basically, for using anything in a textile or any material, we need to have the material on the same platform. We had tried using we had visited, we had collaborated with couple of companies for turning banana fiber into textiles. But at some point of time, banana fiber is very much, I would say, coarse in nature, whereas the cotton is very soft in nature. So if we want to make the banana equivalent to cotton, it need to have the high chemical usage on the fibers. So that will actually lose the environment, or I would say eco-friendly point, sustainability. And second thing is that the banana fiber cost would be on a very higher side comparing to the cotton. So that has made the things difficult for getting banana fiber into textiles. So banana fiber is good with industrial application, like the banana fiber can be used for sound insulations. Banana fiber can be used for handicraft making. Banana fiber can be used for high quality of paper for handmade. So these are some areas, potential areas for the banana to be used for
so
rather
then
than textiles.
okay, got it. So, like, does this also make an opportunity for paper industry then? Because as we all know, paper industry is also one of the biggest consumer of the trees and as well as water resource needed is very high. So, if at all possible that let's say like banana fibers can actually be used for this purpose, I think that would be a very great solution to a very big problem. So, what do you say for that? Like
Uh,
your opinion on
for
that?
that, I would, yes, my opinion is that banana fiber is a virgin source of cellulose.
Yeah.
And for making a paper or anything, we need to have a high source of cellulose, and that has to be virgin as well if we want to make a good quality of a paper. So what I believe is we are actually right now lacking on a technological part. Once
Okay.
we will have something, a very, I would say, a very good quality of a machines in terms of quantum, like high quantum of fiber extractions. At that point of time, we would able to get this bananas as a pulp for the paper industries. And right now, interestingly, there are only two sources of cellulose. I'm actually not talking about specifically for the paper, but we are talking about from the perspective of disposables, like which is a very big challenge. So right now there are only two potential sources of disposables. First one is a wood, the paper plates which we are using, and second is a sugarcane bagasse. So more or less the tree cutting would be there would be also a point where tree cutting would be 100% banned all over the world. So we are also preparing ourselves. We are also geared up to make the banana disposables in, like, say, by, I would say, by 24 mid, we would be in a good position to start with at least some trials of making the disposable from the banana. And that would be the point where there are some 50-50 possibilities that this material, raw material, could be also used for paper industry at the viability, at the price viability.
Okay. So you are planning to expand, into this disposable sector, or let's say like where packaging and other materials can be prepared or manufactured from banana
Yes.
stems, right? So like, is the R&D work behind it has already been started? Like, how do you like plan on scoping this for?
We have everything on paper, that how we
Hmm.
are going to be how we are going to work on it. And mostly R&D would be started in December first week. Almost things have been set. We are just waiting for some people who are going to be on board with us. So most likely by December, the research would be started, and by Feb or by March, we will have a final report or the findings of the whole project. We will have something in our hand by March, and mostly by June, July, we are planning to get a small pilot project to be started.
Okay, then all the best. My best wishes for your new R&D project, which is yet to be started. So, Mehul, if you see the overall journey, how this banana sector is shaping into, so what is your point of view, like, with respect to sustainability from this industry? Future ahead, you also mentioned about bagas, right? And how there might be a point where the cutting of trees might be completely banned, and new sector coming up with respect to ESG and sustainability point of view. How do you think the industry would go on?
I would say there is very bright future for the banana fiber, and banana fiber, or I would say specifically the banana, is one of the cheapest fruit as well as widely available fruit. So it is not limited to Burhan, Madhya Pradesh or Maharashtra. It has been spread over almost all the states of India, as well as in other countries as well. So the model which we are working on is, it actually is helping first of all to the farmers in saving their money for cutting the discarding of stems. Second, it is actually helping to the small entrepreneurs or the people who are actually, who are willing to move out of their village to some other places to do something else. So even they could actually join this journey. Third, I would say the rural women. We always know that comparison to the men, the women are most creative in terms of anything, whether it would be cooking, would be, working with finances or anything.
No, that's debatable.
So the we have we yes. So
Yeah.
that's why we believe that the third pivotal is the rural women specifically, who are actually lacking in opportunities comparing to the urban women. So they have their own way of creating the different things. And fourth important point is, like like the people who are residing in urban places, they always encourages the product which are from the rural area in terms of, say, initiatives like Make in India, okay, and the other schemes, as well as people are actually nowadays very much promoting to the sustainability and eco-friendly products. So I believe this is a one project which would be which is a complete, which can create a complete circular economy at the village level. No
Mm-hmm.
farmer, no youngster, no rural woman have to move out from one place to another in searching of job, or they have to look out for market. Just one important thing is that you have your own vehicle. You need to decide, you need to decide how you are going to use your vehicle. So similarly, when you extract the fiber, you need to keep your eyes and ear open to understand what actually market says, what product does the banana fiber is actually required. Because we have seen the jute is almost 40% or 50% of banana fiber in terms of prices. And in market, you can see ample products made from jute. And if we
Yeah.
will also get into the same track, we would be losing out because the jute products have already established their own market. So banana fiber has a very good opportunity in future, as well as the people are the people who would be joining this league of utilizing the banana. They would also have a very good they would have very good exposure in the future time,
Oh,
because
yeah.
no other fiber can provide you that liberty which banana provides you.
Okay, then let's say like any young entrepreneur listening to this, so if you have a bright opportunity ahead of you. And also the my following question would be, what is your overall standpoint on entrepreneurship with respect to the agriculture field? Again, going back to a discussion where you mentioned, right, you saw very less, in the sense, at least in the proportionate where the new startups and entrepreneurs are coming up, the people coming with respect to this industrial sector are comparatively low. So why do you think that is, my question? And also, what is the like bright side to it? Like, if they have, you can say, give suggestions like how this can be used as an opportunity.
Recently, I have read one research in which there was a success funnel for the startups from the different across sectors, pharmaceutical, agriculture, then textiles, everywhere. So the findings were not very much, I would say, on a positive note, but the finding was like out of 100, almost 80 to 90% startup fail. And actually it happens. The reason are many. Specifically now coming back to the agriculture, we have found, especially talking about me also, I even my background is not the agriculture, nor I am a student of agriculture. But like destiny takes you where the destiny want to. So even I have came into this field and I realized that people who have got the agriculture background, okay, his father must be owning some 10 acres, 50 acres, 100 acres, and the children is not willing to take the banana farming further. So the father is just selling off the land. It
Yeah,
happens, and actually they are losing something very important. The reason is they have got the in-house source of information that what are the problem their father is facing, what could be the possible solutions, but they are not willing to take this opportunity,
I think
and
that is
sometimes they
also
go for
the
some other sectors.
yeah, sorry. That is also the notion, because this agriculture, they want to do something in like in IT space, or like moving to urban places and doing something new thing there. I think that is also an additional factor which will influence this.
And even if you have observed that many IITs and many IIMs, the people or the, I would say, the ex IITians have switched their IT job, well, I would say a good salaried job, and they have switched to getting into the organic farming. What is the reason
Yeah.
behind that? Reason is they have understood that where does the potential lies? The potential lies in the rural India. And we are from the, I would say, from third or fourth standard, we have heard that India is the agri-based economic country. We are not the IT-based economic country. We are agri-based economic country. And I remember at that point of time we were 70% based on agriculture. and that has been reduced to 45 to 40%. So reason is very simple. We are actually losing our contacts with the rural India. And the most important thing is that even if you just look around, you can see the government is working on agriculture rigorously. Just take the example of millet. Millet is something which is being internationally promoted by government of India. So this actually gives you an idea that we are actually again moving from urban to rural, and opportunity lies everywhere. It is just the perspective we carry with ourselves. And when it comes to the rural India, rural people are, I would say, they are most optimistic people around. They are most kind people. So they actually give you the honest feedback about the problems. The if you give them a product, they would actually give you the honest review. They would actually share everything they want to, and they could actually share with you. So I believe and most important, there is a huge scope in agriculture. That's why we have seen many foreign companies are coming to India and investing into the agriculture area. So I just believe that we need to have a right direction and a good research in any agriculture area. It is not just the banana or banana fiber, it could be anything. Post processing, post harvesting, anything. But yes, the future lies in agriculture.
Yeah, I think like now the trend is gradually changing, and I can see the changes happening now, the transition where people are moving towards. So that's still the long way to go on. And okay, then my last question would be like, let's say if at all you are seeing your younger self in 2018, and you are looking back on your journey, like what would be one point, or the learning which you would say to them, that to your younger self from the past 2018?
I would say nothing is permanent. Not the situation, not the people, and not the things. The permanent is only the change. The reason is from 2018, at that point of time, I would say there was a atmosphere created for startups. So even I was one who have drive into that startup moment. I was like very much, I don't want to do job. I just want to get into the startup. I have got into that startup league, and eventually there was we found that 2018, 2019, and till COVID, everything was like we were doing MBA or anything, learning. That was just the learning phase. That was not at all a earning phase for us. Everything, I found that what I have studied in my MBA was all different from the things which I am facing today in my practical life. No marketing books were correlating to the marketing of banana fiber. Nothing was actually matching to the theoretical was very different, and the practical was very different. So I found nothing is permanent. The study, I would say the matter which you have studied yesterday would be old tomorrow. And right now, from the last 5-10 years, I have specifically understood when we had started banana fiber, the scope was very simple: extracting the fiber and making supplying banana fiber to textile. That's all. But right now, in this 5 year of transit, I would say the banana fiber has opened it to the 50 areas. We are selling in textiles, we are selling in paper, we are selling in industries, as I have said, for thermal insulation, sound insulation, for sanitary napkin, for again handicrafts. So the perception changes. At some point of time, you need to divert yourself from one idea to another idea. If I would have stuck with an idea of converting banana fiber into the textiles, I could have failed many a times. And even today, the things wouldn't have worked out.
Yeah.
So no idea, you can't stick to one idea for the longer period of time.
So basically what you're trying to
So
say is don't be
everything,
married to a
yes.
single idea. and keep exploring the new
Yes.
opportunities. And the overall essence which you are trying to say is like, you have to constantly keep learning and unlearn the old things which you have already learned. That was a gist of it, and I really like the
Yes.
way you explained it. And thank you so much for sparing your time and sharing your journey with us. It was really indeed a good conversation today which I had. So, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a comment. I would love to read them. You can find me on Instagram at getsetgreen.in. You can DM if you have any suggestions. The three R's of sustainable living are reuse, recycle, and most importantly, reduce. Stay tuned until next episode. Bye. Take care.